Hey there folks, it's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Now today's video is going to be on another IYV guitar, yes, the fourth IYV that we're going to do here on the channel, and that's on this guy right here. This is the IYV IJZ-300. It's their jazz guitar, although they have two of them available on Amazon from time to time. There's a big brother to this, but this is the IJZ, the 300. I think it's kind of in terms of a ES-175, a Gibson, kind of that type of guitar. And this has got the trapeze type of bridge here, although it doesn't have a floating bridge like a 175 would have. This has got a two-pneumatic on it. You got your dual F-holes, and this is a semi-hollow because it does have a solid block. It looks to me to be a block of maple that comes right down through here, all the way down to the butt. So there's a solid block right here, which makes it fairly heavy. It's a pretty heavy guitar body. I'm going to say it weighs about 7.3, 7.4 pounds. Pretty hefty. I will give you a size comparison compared to, say, for instance, my Grout Jazz Box and or my Firefly 338, so you can see how they are as far as body size. But it's not real big, but it is fairly hefty. This has got a mahogany top and back. It looks to me to be a maple sides with binding on both sides all the way around, binding up the neck, and binding all the way through the headstock as well. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous looking guitar. But here's one aspect I want to show you. Now, if you go on the Amazon website, these are currently sold out, but if you go on Amazon, you'll see photos of this particular guitar, and if you look at the back is also sunburst on Amazon. I guess it's kind of hit and miss. Mine is not. Mine almost looks black, but it's not. It's a dark cherry, but there's no sunburst on there. There is sunburst on the neck, or tobacco burst as they call it, and it's burst along the sides, and obviously in the front. Very, very nice looking, but there's no burst on the back. I kind of like the dark back, to be honest with you, but I was expecting a burst here. I've actually seen some that have a light back on them with no burst, some with a burst, and some with a dark back, like a dark cherry like this one. So I guess it's just whatever happens to be in stock when you order it. The fingerboard is nice. It's got your nice trapezoid type inlays in here, with almost like a mother of pearl type going through there. They did a nice job on this. The frets are absolutely perfect. I haven't done anything to this guitar yet. I still haven't cleaned it or conditioned the fretboard or changed the strings, and the strings need to be changed. Most, as you know, most strings, factory strings that come on these guitars are pretty bad. I was able to do the demo with it like I usually do right out of the box, but I am going to dress this off and give it a good cleaning and change to my preferred D'Addario 9s on here. Very nice looking headstock. As you can see, there's bindings all the way around. The tuning keys seem to be fine. Again, I don't know what they put on these, but there might be Jinsos or something like that. But they're pretty nice. They're enclosed, and they seem to be holding fine. There's tight. There's no stripping of the gears or anything like that, and they seem to be holding well. Set neck on this, and it is a 24.75 scale, like a Gibson scale. Nice. I will give you an up-close look of this on the up-close video. We'll go through some of the other parts of this guitar, and I will give you a kind of a comparison to, say, the 338 and or my Grote jazz guitar. Okay, so let's have a look at it. So, the IYV IJZ-300 jazz guitar, as you can see, is a beautifully finished semi-hollow with the double F holes there. Again, there's a maple block that runs straight down that inside center piece, and it's got a mahogany back and front with maple sides. There's your Jatoba wood fretboard with a bone nut. You've got some nice inlays on that. That's not stenciled on. Those are inlays on that design, and the IYV on the top, and the inlays on the neck are very, very nicely done, as you can see here. Get that little dual there on the 12th fret, which looks neat. Dual humbucker pickups. They're CNC Destiny wound, like most of your IYV guitars come. Binding on both sides and some nice sunbursting along the sides. I believe those are maple sides on the guitar with a maple neck and a Jatoba fingerboard. You've got a pickguard there with your three-way switch up on the bout. And on my particular guitar, the very dark, like a dark cherry color on the back. Not a sunburst back like is advertised on Amazon, but I actually prefer it at this point. You have a set neck, very nicely done with a nice burst on the back of that maple neck as well. And as we head up to the headstock, you can see the headstock is really a nice design as well. It's got like a crown cutting off on the top up there with a set of nice, not great, but nice tuners. They've been holding fine. Binding up both sides of the neck, and your little dot markers on the binding going up. It's got that trapeze type of string through there with a tunematic bridge, dual tone and volume controls for both of those CNC Destiny pickups. Now, for those that don't know, a Jatoba fingerboard is sort of a Brazilian cherry wood. It's quite nice, actually. I've had a few guitars that have the Jatoba on them, and it plays very, very nice. Just a little bit lighter than, of course, a rosewood fingerboard. Now, here I bring in my Firefly 338 to give you a body size comparison there. They're fairly close, with the IYV being smaller, but I think slightly thicker in the body. And here's my Grote jazz guitar, my 003 jazz guitar. As you can see, it's much larger body-wise, with the IYV being a single cutout and no cutout on the Grote. And again, the IYV being considerably thicker, but not nearly as big in the size of the body and the bout. The Grote obviously has a floating bridge and they considered it hollow, but it's semi-hollow because it does have a wood block where the bridge is and where the pickup mounts. But it's not a solid wood block going down through as the IYV has. And there's your differences in the fret markings. Really, really nice job done on the IYV Jazz. Very nice looking fret markers with the perloid
effect, and of course a little bit fancier trapeze string through there. You can see the difference in the colors of the fretboard. The IYV, as usual with all their guitars, made there in Vietnam. And I think Vietnam's becoming the new Japan of guitar making. They're doing a really nice job. At least IYV is getting these guitars out.
Now that you had a close-up look and a comparison to, say, the 338 and or the Grout in size-wise, even on the thin lines, you can see the difference between this and the others. I wanted to show you that this did not come, although very, very nice, but like almost any guitar you buy on the internet, sometimes you'll get something with just a little bit of defect, and this has a couple of them. The main thing on this, obviously, was when it first came in, when I first took it out of the box, it's hard to tell now because I did have to clean it up, but each one right here on the 3rd fret and on the 5th fret and on the 7th fret, each one of those inlays, they either used a little bit too much glue. I'm not quite sure how they did it, but you can see on the frets, and I'll clean that completely off, there's still glue sitting there that has run off the sides, and I'm thinking they either hung this guitar like this or it was on a rack, because all the glue ran down and ran down the side of the neck. So I had a big patch of glue here, patch of glue here, patch of glue here, in here, and it's still there. I mean, I've got 99% of it off, but you can still feel it here. So I'm going to clean that up as well when I clean the neck. That's really the only flaw. The nut seems to be bone. It's cut very, very well. It's not nearly as high as the other bone nuts that I had on my Mustang and on my Brian May copy. Those I had to sand down. This I'm not going to have to do anything with. It's nearly perfect. So, you know, you get them sometimes with a nut that needs a little shaving, or some frets that need a little cleaning, or in this case a little bit of glue spill. And I can see it here, in here, in here, in here. So I'll clean that off. Like I said, I got most of that glue off the neck. It was pretty globby. I'll show you some pictures up here, and here's a couple of them that I'll show you how that glue came in. So don't scrape it off with a scraper. You don't want to ruin your finish. I used a plastic credit card, and I also used some plastic Dunlop picks, and I slowly worked it off, worked it off, worked it off, worked it off, and then I used some cleaner and rubbed that down as best I could to get 99% of it off. And when I do clean the neck, I'll continue to do that, and most of that will just wear away. You can barely feel it now, but it was there, and as you can see on those picks, it was quite a bit of glue. So I'm thinking, like I said, they either hung the guitar on a rack and that glue dripped out, or I'm not quite sure. But anyway, if Inyen Vina is watching this, and I don't know if he watches my videos, have you guys double check. You don't want to take a really nice guitar like this and have it get sent back because somebody globbed glue on the neck. So I'm not sending it back. I'm taking care of it. But just start looking at your quality, guys, okay? They're great guitars. We want to make sure that when people get them, especially beginners, that the guitar is nice and playable, and they're not going to send it back to Amazon because it had some gluing on the neck. All right. So anyway, let's have a listen to some of the sound samples I'll give you, and I'll run it through the Monoprice Stage 15 here, and just give you an idea of how those humbuckers sound. Again, we have dual humbuckers in here. We have a 2-pneumatic bridge and tone and volume control for both of the CNC Destiny One pickups, and your 3-way switch up here. You'll notice there's no poker chip on here. I like it that way. I haven't removed the plastic from the pick guard or from the tuning keys or anything, so I'm just going to play it just like it is. Like I said, I like to try to do these right out of the box. It's been acclimating here in the studio for a couple of days, so hopefully it'll hold in tune. These are the original strings, just like it came out of the box. All I've done to it is tune it. So let's have some tone samples. So I'm in the middle position now. This is on a clean output. It's got decent taper. So there it is, the IJZ-300 Jazz box from the good folks at IYV Guitars. Very, very nice. Again, very nice guitar, very well built, gorgeous, gorgeous finish. Everything was very, very nice on this guitar. Just a little bit of glue on the neck, but we'll take care of that. And then we'll get the neck cleaned up and get it restrung, and it should be just a wonderful player. Another great job and another great guitar from Inyen Vina or IYV Guitars. Check them out on Amazon, folks, when you get a chance. Like I said, there's a big brother of this. I think it's the 500 Jazz box. It's got like a three-piece to it. Very, very large, but nice. A lot of folks really like them. I didn't need another jazz guitar, but again, I liked the style. I liked the fact that it's kind of like a 175 with a two-pneumatic instead of a floating bridge. As you know, the Grote has a floater on there. And of course, there's a two-pneumatic, although I put a roller bridge on my 338. So one with P90s, a couple with humbuckers. They're very nice guitars, and I plan on using it quite a bit here in the studio. So I'm going to wrap it up for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the IYV IJZ-300 guitar. Again, check them out on Amazon when you get a chance. There should be more in stock here coming, I would imagine, maybe by Christmas or maybe a little bit later. Not sure. Hopefully you get a chance to check them out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you to all those who have subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't, please consider doing so. I really do appreciate that. And until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. And we'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.